Can you now see? Hold on.
I'm not looking at Twitch.
No, I'm talking to the Twitch audience. Or to
Oh, sorry.
Alex. It's okay. Okay, it should be back up now.
Okay, let's move back to AI Gwen Sears' at bat.
Okay. I'm sorry to everyone that's watching this on Twitch. My OBS must have just crashed or something, but I can see myself and Mello lighting up, so I think it's good. Okay, you are good to resume, Mello?
I'm set to resume.
Alrighty.
Alright. On the previous play, a grounder was bounced over to the right side. Matthew LaCruz was not able to get to the ball quickly, so now we have runners in the corners with no outs with AI Gwen Sears at the plate. She watches a slow ball pass. She watches a slow ball pass in for a strike after a ball. A second ball, this one low, 2-1 to Gwen. Right hook, swing and a miss from Gwen, and for some strange reason, Lindsay is trying to steal home with the catcher already in possession of the ball. Fred will advance to second in the process, but a very ill-advised advancement as Gwen Sears is struck out, and that's two very quick outs and a sigh of relief from, well, a deep breath made from Coach Heinz, clearly. Karen Donato at the plate, 1-1 the count. Hit hard by Karen, floating over to the left side, and that's an AI home run for Karen Donato. The lead is now reduced to 6. Here's Uma Morris bouncing a grounder over to the left side and getting a board. Here comes Petra Chekhov, another very notable hitter, but she hits a grounder, sends one over to the second baseman. Now we are getting back to the top of the first for the AI Knights to play on offense. Karen Donato on the mound, being controlled by Coach Personizzle. First is a ground out. Next is a strikeout. And the third, a pop out. Now on to the bottom of the first. Through half of an inning officially, the Knights lead is 6-0. The ever cool and collected Fred Benson will lead things off for the Reds. An immediate grounder bouncing straight to the pitcher Alicia Blakely. The routine play to first is made. Whitney Singh making her way to the plate. A musical theater girl with a propensity for singing. Who would have guessed? Loves being in the spotlight as she immediately swings for a grounder, but it flies left. Foul. Batting .842, a remarkable groundering job she has done this season. Lets a slow ball pass low and outside. 1-1 the count. Drop frames, but a grounder bouncing over to the left side. Whitney will reach with ease, as Alicia Blakely's arm is not overwhelmingly strong, only a 60. Here comes Lorelai Ike, a girl with attitude and a crazy hairdo that unfortunately does not show up in game. The hit and run appears to be active. Lorelai Ike watches a pitch pass low. Grounder bouncing over to the right side, straight into Alicia Blakely's glove, and Whitney was clear to advance to second, but she mistakenly runs back and would have been caught in a pickle, but then the AI Knights opts to leave her at first. What would have been a productive out to advance the runner now has done no progress for the Reds. Here comes Petra Chekhov. A fastball hit hard from the outside. It floats high, straight over the screen. Absolutely annihilated on the very first pitch. Precisely what you can expect from an absurdly strong power hitter like Petra. Wow, can she hit? We don't appear to have a measurement yet. Perhaps the measurement is behind the screen. That or it's still moving. Who the heck even knows? But now the lead is 6-2 Knights here in the bottom of the first. Here comes Lindsay Felgate. One of the strongest raw all-around athletes here on the Backyard Baseball League. Unfortunately, not very smart or coordinated. Bounces a grounder over to the left side, definitely a smart move. Lindsay running like a speed demon all the way to first and will reach with no difficulty. Gwen Sears at the plate now. With Lindsay on the base paths, you have to wonder if she'll just steal or if this is a hit and run opportunity. It appears to be a hit and run tactic as she is called off on the steal. Gwen Sears watches a ball pass high for ball one. Fly ball over to shallow right field. Right fielder Matthew LaCruz is under it, but bobbles it. And Lindsay will use her speed to round second, get all the way to third. Here comes Donald Vogel. Donald, not a particularly strong hitter, probably the least prolific hitter on this team. Looking to make something happen on the ground. You've got bounces here at Parks, and it bounces over into no man's land. The ball is out of play. Lindsay will score. And now we got runners on second and third. A very fortunate turn of events as the ball thrown home gets away from the catcher, Tracy Hoban. Here comes Karen Donato. She's got a bit of a hefty bat at 78 power, but they're looking at ground here. First pitch is a strike painted in the corner. Second is a grounder bouncing over to the left side. Scooped up by Anna Gaudreau, and the throw is strong enough to make the out. Through one inning, the score is 6-3 in favor of the Dark Knights. As we head to the top of the second, we see Alicia Blakely's second at-bat, immediately equipping the power bat. Curveball is inside for a ball. A fastball to the outside, hammered hard but foul. A high curveball slips out of the zone and Alicia Blakely reaches and misses. A fastball to the inside, bounces along the first baseline. Whitney will scoop it up and make the routine play. Here comes Marcellus Marks. Watches a curve, paint the zone on the inside. Beautifully placed from Whitney. Slow ball to the outside, low. Slow ball to the inside, barely hits it. Now with 2 strikes, Marcellus switches to the line drive bat. Watches a pitch down low and hits it hard over to the left side, just over the fence. Marcellus Marks pumping his fist and jumping as he makes the lead 7-3. Here comes Matthew LaCruz. Slow ball right down the middle. Hit hard from Matthew. It bounces off of Lorelei, who cannot make the play. He's threatening for second, and he will get there off of Lorelei's weak arm. A double. Here comes Anna Gaudreau. Fastball to the outside. Pops up high in the left center field. Lorelei is under it, and the catch is made. Tracy Hoban. Floats over to right center field. Lorelei's under it once again and makes the catch. AI Lorelei Akaye grounds out. AI Donald Vogel is aboard with a single. Here comes Whitney Singh, grounding one over to the left side for one out, and the catch is made for the final out. Here comes Ken Griffey Jr. for the top of the second for the AI Knights. A bunt sent directly to the pitcher for the first out. A grounder over to the left side, but an error off of the first baseman. The steal attempt is successful. Matthew LaCruz is struck out. Here comes Debbie Nagasawa on the AI side, bouncing a grounder over to the left side, and they make the tag for the out by third base. Now at the bottom of the second, here comes Uma Morris, immediately equipping the power bat. She's got loads of power, but no contact. Definitely one of the most boom or bust hitters in the game. Watches a curveball pass high for a ball. Very superstitious player. You don't want to get in the way of her pregame routine. She watches a curveball pass high in the zone. The in and out curve, knocked away foul. You can have a spectacular game, or sometimes she can just utterly whiff it. How's she feeling today? A slow ball to the outside, looked ready to hammer, but it fouled away. The out and in curve, fouled once again. Uma Moore is notorious for her fouls. She may challenge Sally Dobbs as the queen of fouls. The out and in curve, hit hard but fouled off to the right side once again. The in and out curve, Uma swings, protects the plate, and sends it over to the left side, out in no man's land. Uma threatening for two bases. She's going to go for it. She slides in for a double. Debbie Nagasawa unable to field the ball get the ball in the infield cleanly, and that will set up a double for Fred Benson. The out and in curve passes high in the zone. When Fred Benson enters the box, the Reds go wild. They love this kid. He pops one up high, but it's in the infield. Melissa Waters with the easy catch. Whitney Singh up to the plate now. Loving the spotlight that is the batter's box. She looks ready to ground. The high curve passes up for a ball. The out and in curve. Below the zone, Whitney swings for it and misses it. 1-1. The in and out curve, straight in the zone, but Whitney swings early and misses. Whitney's got to get her nerves down. Figure it out. A curve to the inside and an excellent foul from Whitney protecting the plate. Another inside curve. And Whitney bounces one straight to the pitcher. And due to the ball's route, it will be a routine play to first. Back-to-back outs following the leadoff double. Lorelai Ike, looking to get the momentum back in their favor. A curveball to the inside. Lorelai gives Alicia a dirty look. Another curveball to the inside. This time, barely scraping the zone. Lorelai still doesn't like it. The out and in curve. More in the zone this time, and Lorelai grounds it over to the left side. Third basewoman Anna Goudreau flips over to second, but Uma does not move and will allow Lorelai to reach. Here comes Petra Chekhov. She had a huge homer last time up. Can she keep the momentum going? She's responsible for the only 3 RBIs of the game, well, for the Reds. First pitch is a curve passing low. Another curve. Petra with the early swing knocks it foul. Petra looking to try to pull it to the left, I'm guessing. The out and in curve, and there's the pull to the left. There it goes. Left fielder Debbie Nagasawa doesn't even turn. She sees that ball flying and she's like, yep, it's gone. There's nothing I can do about that. She's just staring straight at her dugout, contemplating life. Petra's measurement, 344. Absolutely incredible for a child her size. Her father chops wood in her rural forest home. Perhaps Petra is chopping some wood also. Maybe she learned to swing the wood through that. Lindsay Felgate at the plate. Very enthusiastic, very cheerful, but very clumsy Lindsay is as she watches a curveball pass inside. Marcellus Marks coming in to relieve Alicia Blakely. Marcellus Marks is coming in from first base. Lindsay grounds one straight past Marcellus, bounces over to the second base area. Lindsay, with her speed, will reach first without an issue. There comes Gwen Sears. Gwen Sears with a single on the day. It is 7-7. A foul ball knocked away. Gwen Sears looking to ground it over to the left side. Gwen Sears being pretty quick herself. Seems to have a pretty good grounder success rate. Being 803, of course, she knocks away a second foul ball. Slow ball to the outside. Knocked away foul once again. Heater to the inside. And Lindsay will retreat quickly. With that heater, that didn't give Lindsay enough time to steal, so she returns. No more hit and run as an option for the Reds this at bat. Another heater. Gwen fouls it away. A good foul. A slow ball well outside. 2-2 the count now. Slow ball to the inside. Gwen tries to hit it hard, but knocks it away foul. Much like Uma Morris, she has only 10 contact. Finally, she puts it in play. Bounces over to third basewoman Anna Goudreau, who has to dive on it to keep it from rolling to the outfield, which will buy Lindsay and Gwen enough time to reach base. Here comes Donald Vogel. Donald Vogel with a double on the day, although an out-of-play ball was the primary reason. Oh my goodness. An out-of-play ball was the primary reason that he achieved this. First pitch is low. Second pitch, a heater right down the middle. Donald grounds it over to the left side. Marcellus tries to dive on it and misses. Ken Griffey tries to make a quick throw to second, but isn't quite quick enough as Whitney Singh speeds her way to second. Karen Donato at the plate with the bases loaded. The game is essentially tied at 7-7 at this point. Can Karen get the Reds their first substantial lead? They technically lead by decimal points. Second pitch is low. Third pitch, a heater, barely scraping the bottom of the zone. Marcellus Marks definitely liking to throw them low right now. An inside heater, knocked away foul. Karen Donato opts for the screaming line drive, now sitting on 2 outs and 2 strikes. Heater to the outside. Karen smacks a screaming one over to the right side. It is Horace Young looking to field it. Donald Vogel trips rounding second base. Lindsay and Gwen will both score, making the score 9-7 Reds here in the bottom of the second. Here comes Uma Morris. The double on the day. Uma Morris looking to extend that lead. She's got a powerful bat. Will she be able to put it in play? She hits a towering, powerful blast over to the left, but it drifts foul. Slowly curving ball passes above the zone just barely. Ball 1. Heater to the inside, knocked away foul. It was a high heater, hard to get a bat on it. Marcellus sends a curveball way inside. shoving Uma aside away from the plate. A slow ball right down the middle, but high in the zone. Uma smacks it really hard once again, but it's again foul. Uma's so close to mashing it she can taste it. Yet another foul for a high pitch. Looked like it could have been a ball, but Uma's not taking chances with 2 strikes on the board. Another heater right down the middle. Uma smacks a liner over to the left side. It's a 1-bouncer to Debbie Nagasawa. Donald Vogel does not move at third. Karen and Uma both advance, and the bases are loaded for Fred Benson. He's not had a good start. He's 0 for 2 today, but batting .779 and hitting who knows how many home runs. This could be Fred Benson's opportunity to blast a massive lead. First pitch is a ball, low and inside. A heater right down the middle. Fred bounces kind of a weak grounder right next to Melissa Waters, who makes a very weak attempt at a throw to home. Everyone will advance 1 spot. That's the risk of the power bat. Sometimes it just doesn't do much of anything. But it was productive as a run was made and there are no outs being added to the count. Whitney Singh looking to undergrounder with the bases loaded, but a fast heater to the inside, and Karen's caught in a pickle, but Karen manages to retreat. It makes sense to advance everyone, but with such a fast pitch going inside, Personizzle was not able to call off the triple steal quickly enough. So they will not have the head start that they wanted, but the undergrounder will bounce over to the right side. 1 run will score, another run will to easily score. Uma crosses the plate, Fred crosses the plate. That's 3 runs. Karen, Uma, and Fred each scoring a run. It is now 14-7 here in the bottom of the second. Anna Goudreau is coming in to relieve Marcellus Marks from third base. There is now a weak arm at third base. This is an opportunity for Coach Personizzle to direct the players to bounce it over to the left side, and that is precisely what Lorelai Akay does. A weak arm at third base is a great opportunity to ground over to the left and speed your way over to first. Here comes Petra Chekhov. 2 homers on the day. Can she make it 3 in a row? 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Can she make it 3 homers with 9 RBIs? First pitch is a curve to the inside. Second pitch is a heater high and inside. 2-2. 2-0, sorry. Third pitch is quite low. Anna Goudreau seems to have the good sense to not want to pitch to Petra. But Lindsay Felgate is on deck, and she is even more powerful. Petra Chekhov with the 3-0 swing. Uma Morris, that's not Uma, that is Alicia kind of running around the ball rather than feeling it right away. And the bases are now loaded for Lindsay Felgate. Essentially the same result as a walk. Lindsay Felgate swings and misses at the heater. It was an early swing. 0-1. A high heater right by Lindsay's head. She only just barely moved her head out of the way in time. Wouldn't have surprised me if it hit her. She is a bit clumsy. A heater right down the middle. It bounces right past Anna, who seems to be taking her time fielding the ball. Everyone advances 1 base. 1 run will score. That is Whitney crossing the plate, I believe. Here comes Gwen Sears. The 69-10 bat, it's got some pop, but not a lot of speed. Swing and a miss from Gwen Sears. The pitch was definitely high, but it looked like Personizzle wanted her to swing anyway to try to get the hit and run going, knowing that he wouldn't be able to cut off 3 steals at once. A slow ball high and inside. Another strike. Gwen didn't like that pitch. And she recovered from the 0-2 count. Heater passes just barely low. An incredibly good take from Gwen. I would have probably tried to foul that away. Another low pitch, not quite as scary a take, but definitely still a good take. 2-2. A heater right down the middle, low. Oh my goodness, 3 straight fantastic takes for 3 straight low pitches. The count is now full. The curveball goes high. Gwen's not taking chances. She sends a liner bouncing over to the right side. It bounces past Matthew LaCruz, who spikes the ball. Petra looking to get on her horse, running as fast as she can. Melissa trying to recover, and also spiking the ball. This will allow Lindsay to score as well. That's 3 more runs. It is 19-7 in the bottom of the second. Here comes Donald Vogel. Bouncing a grounder straight over to the left side. The throw to second, not in time, as Gwen Sears has some speed on her legs. And here comes Karen Donato. Looking to hit and run once again. An immediate grounder bouncing over to the right side. It bounces foul. The heater to the inside. Karen kind of lifts one. She intended a grounder, but one bounces straight to Debbie Nagasawa, who seems to refuse to make a play on the ball after a bounce off her. Ken Griffey is backing her up, but to no avail, as another run will score. It is 20-7. Here comes Uma Morris. She's at the bottom of the lineup. This is her 3rd time up, and it's only the 2nd inning. A curveball passes straight to her pigtail. Low ball passing well low into the zone, just about in the dirt. Horace Young coming in to relieve Anna Gaudreau. Horace Young is out in center field, and now Anna is out there instead. The 3rd pitch is a curve going well outside. It is 3-0. Uma Morris with the classic 3-0 take. The slow ball down the middle. Uma's waiting for a possible walk. Fred Benson is on deck. Another slow ball straight down the middle. This time, the classic 3-0 take, well, the 3-1 take is ignored. Uma tries to hammer it, but it goes foul. Heater to the inside. Uma blasts one to the left of the left foul pole. It will not count. It's a foul ball. With the full count, everyone's moving. Another foul ball. Running back and forth like this. On the base paths. It's got to be a little exhausting. That pitch is just barely high. A great take from Uma Morris to get a walk. And with his 4th at-bat in the 2nd inning, Fred Benson once again returns to the plate with wild cheers from the Reds dugout. It's already an outrageously good score, and Fred Benson can add to it. He watches a curveball, watches a slow ball outside in the zone, watches a heater pass low in the zone, and we seem to have left. I'm assuming that Fred Benson somehow hit into an out or struck out. We did not see the result of Fred Benson's at-bat, as we head immediately to the top of the 3rd. I'm assuming that he hit into an out, considering that the score has not changed. Melissa Waters watches a ball and a strike. Watches another strike, painted beautifully on the corner by Whitney. And a slow ball looked outside, but Melissa Waters didn't want to take any chances. The slow ball passing low below the zone. The out and in curve popped up high over to the left side. There's some confusion between Gwen and Lindsay and Lorelai as the ball bounces over to left field. Melissa trying to haul herself to second off her little legs, and she just barely gets there in time. Debbie Nagasawa at the plate following the leadoff double. A curveball to the outside, in there for a strike. Whitney Singh puts a low slow ball, just barely scraping the bottom of the zone for another strike. The slow ball to the outside doesn't fool Debbie. Curveball to the outside. Debbie hammers one, soaring over the right center field fence, and that's 2 runs for the Knights. Debbie Nagasawa with a beautiful shot. The official measurement, 511 feet. My goodness. Horace Young looking to continue the comeback effort. Curveball, well, I was going to say well inside, but only barely inside. Look at the way that thing curves. That one curves into the zone. Horace grounds it over to the left side, and he will make it in time as Karen Donato has only an average arm. And Griffey Jr. equipping a power bat, looking to annihilate this ball. Curveball is high in the zone. A heater passing low in the inside part of the plate. Heater to the outside, knocked away foul. Another foul ball from Ken Griffey Jr. Not very good contact, but no one's stronger than he is. And there's a curve passing just by Ken's face. Another curveball right by Ken's face. 3-2 the count. Ken Griffey stands dancing a little, trying to keep up the energy, and he has a fantastic walk. What a take from Ken Griffey Jr. Here comes Alicia Blakely. Blakely, with a powerful bat of her own, bounces a hard-hit grounder right next to Whitney, and unfortunately it bounces off the back of her head. She falls over twice, 3 times, 4 times. Oh my goodness, what is he doing? Apparently Donald Vogel was standing where Whitney needed to be, and Donald Vogel just kept pushing over Whitney for whatever reason. I don't know if Whitney was just being dramatic, being the little theater girl that she is, or Donald Vogel seemed to be frustrated with her. But Fred Benson will catch the ball in foul territory to get the out. That was Marcellus Marks at the plate. Here comes Matthew LaCruz. Sending an undergrounder to the right side of the field with the bases loaded. Bounces up right off the rightmost part of the fence. And Griffey looking to get home, and I don't know how he managed to score. Donald Vogel must have missed the tag. But 2 runs will score. It is now 11-20 in the top of the third. Lindsay Failgate will come in from left field in relief. Not often you see Lindsay pitch. I'm not sure how her pitching attributes are. She's worked her way to a 2-2 count. Anna Goudreau waiting to swing that bat. Swing and a miss. Here comes Tracy Hoban. Ground ball bouncing over to the second base position. Fielded by Uma, and the play is made. AI Gwen Sears strikes out. Coach Personizzle doing a little stamina management. As Karen Donato is put out on first base. Next, we are looking at the AI Knights. A fly ball from Tracy Hoban is caught. It appears that player-controlled Karen Donato is down quite a bit of stamina, but she drinks the juice to refill it, so she'll be in good condition headed to the bottom of the third. As we head to the bottom of the third inning proper, Whitney Singh is at the plate. Whitney Singh, a very good batter to have leading off, especially as you have a not strong arm at third. Whitney Singh appears to be waiting for the pitch over to the left side so she can ground her way on with minimal risk. Whitney with the late swing trying to force it over to the left, and it appears that who is that at the plate right now? There's been a lot of shuffling. Horace Young has a hard time fielding the ball, and Whitney will reach as a result. Lorelei at the plate. Lorelei tries to ground one to the left side, but accidentally gets under the ball and elevates it. And Griffey Jr. with an uncharacteristic catch. Some outstanding coordination, but couldn't quite come up with that one, as they will both reach on the error. Here comes Petra Chekhov, looking to go 4 for 4. First pitch is a heater down low. Second pitch is a slow ball, well to the inside. Third pitch is a strike, slow ball to the inside corner. Petra Chekhov glaring at that pitcher with a level of determination that intimidates kids. Swing and a miss. Petra furrows her brow, staring in concentration. She knows she must not miss another. Fouls one away. But the way it floats away on that foul, you can tell that she's a force to be reckoned with. Swing and a miss! And Petra dragging that bat away with a bit of frustration on her face. Here comes Lindsay Felgate. Lindsay Felgate loves circus arts and acrobatics, despite her incredibly awful coordination. She watches a slow ball pass the inside part of the plate. It looked low and inside, but the call is a strike. Bounces the grounder over to the left side. Whitney's on her horse. Lorelei's on her horse. 3 horses make it all the way to their respective base. Marcellus Marks scoops it up, but doesn't make any throw except to the pitcher. Here comes Gwen Sears with the bases loaded. Gwen Sears looking to hit a grounder, make everyone move. A high slow ball is knocked away foul. Personizzle really favoring the grounder game. Knocked away foul once again. When Sears absolutely annihilates one over to the left side despite being on the grounder's bat. Another high one this time. Oh my goodness, Coach Personizzle canceled the triple steal in time. That's incredible. Granted, it was on a slow ball. Here comes another slow ball. Gwen Sears bouncing it over to the right. The runners all have a head start. The throw to home from Alyssa Waters is nowhere near close. 1 run will score. Here comes Donald Vogel. As expected, the grounder game will continue. It is 21-11 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with that score. Donald knocks one foul. Another foul ball, this time on an inside pitch. It is 0-2 to Donald. Everyone's looking to run. A high and inside slow ball. Donald sends a swinging bunt along the third baseline. It looks like it's just going to barely roll foul. Would have been a beautifully placed swinging bunt, but alas. Donald elevates one straight to Ken Griffey Jr. The catch is made. Lindsay Felgate trips, and as a result, she cannot get back to second in time. Even if she didn't trip, probably still would have been a double play anyway. And that's a great momentum halter for the Dark Knights. Looking to stop the bleeding, they limited the damage to only 1 run. Alyssa Waters watches 1 pitch and knocks away another. Then a 3rd pitch she watches, 4th pitch she watches. 2-2 the count now. Swing and a miss on a high and inside pitch. She is fooled. Here comes Debbie Nagasawa. Not the kind of start that you want. And that's a slow-mo. A second slow-mo. Debbie saw it. And it pops up and it lands off of the back of Donald's glove. Seems to be having a hard time with those pop-ups in the catcher position. Here comes Horace Young. Unfortunately for the Dark Knights, hitting off a power-up pitch does not grant any new power-ups in this mod. A line drive sent over to the right center field, and that is a single. Here comes Ken Griffey Jr. Curve passing well outside. A slow ball, high in the zone, hit hard by Kenny, but it's going to be just short of the fence. Lorelei with the catch, but a very weak throw. Debbie decides to tag up, gets ready to advance, and successfully advances to third. Here comes Alicia Blakely. Alicia lets one by. Donald Vogel waits a little bit, and Horace takes a long time to retreat, only just barely gets back in time. Two one the count on Alicia now. A high curve. That pitch looks like it should have been a strike, but it's called a ball. A slow ball right down the middle. Alicia Blakely pounces on it, but it's knocked away foul. And a high outside heater, well outside the zone. A walk, and the bases are loaded for Marcellus Marks. There's still quite a bit of game to go. With the way these offenses have been humming, this may be the opportunity the Knights have been looking for to come back. Two straight outside pitches. A heater on the inside part of the zone for a strike. The out and in curve, and oh my goodness, what an absolute nuke! Absolutely annihilated by Marcellus Marks, who's jumping and pumping his fists, giving I love you signs like a rock star. He is just absolutely thrilled. What is that measurement? Is that 564, 554? Let me try to zoom in on that a little. That's 664, I believe. 2 feet short of the devil number. My goodness, absolute nuke. The Reds are jumping for joy. They pop open some root beer in celebration. Here comes Matthew LaCruz. They trail only by 6 now, just barely foul, heading over to the right side of the field. And a fly ball to Uma Morris is dropped, and he will reach on the error. Anna Goudreau now. A heater to the outside. Hit hard, floating over to the right side. Just barely misses a tree over to the right, and that's another home run for the Dark Knights. Anna Goudreau looking to keep the party rolling. 379, I believe, is the measurement. Wow. The Reds were utterly halted in the third inning, and now here we are in the fourth. All of a sudden, it's a game again. Here comes Tracy Hoban. He watches a curve go right through the middle of the zone, and Uma Morris will come in from the second base position to relieve Lindsay Felgate. Second pitch is a strike. Third pitch looked outside, but Tracy fouled it away, not wanting to take chances. And oh my goodness, a beautifully placed liner down the left field line. And the ball bounces past Fred Benson, and Tracy looking to advance to second, but on account of slowness, she will return to first. Melissa Waters at the plate. The momentum is palpable. A strong hit straight to center field, bounces off the screen. Tracy looking at the idea of rounding second, but just decides to stay where she is. Here comes Debbie Nagasawa, already with 2 home runs on the day. She can put them within 1. Strike on the inside part of the plate, a dubious call. Second pitch is high, third pitch is low, 2-1. Another heater to the inside, 3-1. The out and in curve, Debbie pounces. It's floating. It's going. It's not quite gone. Lorelei is under it for the catch. First AI batter sends a single to the left. Next is a strikeout. Third is what would have been a flyout, but they recover and get the tag out at first, and then a routine play to first. The AI Knights. First is a line out. And Griffey Jr. bounces a grounder over to the right side. Karen and Fred have a little bit of confusion as to who should pick up the ball, and AI Ken Griffey Jr. is aboard with a single. Here comes Horace Young. Aaron Donato putting a slow ball on the outside part of the plate. Ken Griffey attempting to steal. Donald Vogel can't quite gun him down. Donald Vogel, a noted, incredibly accurate shooter in the arcade game of Duck Hunt, but didn't quite gun down his target this time. A bunt from Horace Young, and it's a crazy bunt, bounces straight over to right field relatively quickly. And Fred Benson will take the relay from Petra and throw it home, but he does not have a very strong arm. So AI Ken Griffey will score, and that will reduce the Reds' score from 21 to 20. Here comes AI Matthew LaCruz. In the meantime, Horace Young made it to second thanks to the ill-advised throw from Fred Benson home. Swing and a miss from Matthew LaCruz. Another swing and a miss on the inside slow ball. Next up is Debbie Nagasawa. Debbie Nagasawa having a monster game on the human-controlled side. Will her AI side contribute? Evidently it does! Oh my goodness, look at that thing soar just to the left of the screen. It is now only 18 to 17. The Knights are within 1. With both teams having 2 opportunities to bat remaining, all of a sudden, it's just about as close a game as it was at the very beginning. AI Tracy Hoban bounces a grounder straight to the pitcher. Now we head to the bottom of the 4th proper. Here comes Karen Donato to start things off for the Reds. They need to turn this around. They have not had a very good past couple half innings. First is a slow ball high. A heater low. Both good takes from Karen. It is 2-0. The in and out curve. In there for a strike. Karen Donato, a noted Lego enthusiast, loves building all sorts of incredibly complex structures and talks about all sorts of stuff. Swing and a miss on that early swing in the inside pitch. Karen Donato looking to build a lead. Oh my goodness, that was a scary take, but the ball curved to the right at just the last moment. Karen isn't fooled. A heater to the inside, and Karen grounds one over to the left side. Bounces right past Griffey. The throw to first, not in time. Here comes Uma Morris. 2 for 2 today. I believe this is her 5th time up. She's been walked twice. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch, high in the zone for a strike. 1-1. Uma waiting very, very patiently. She knows she can obliterate it. She just needs the right pitch. That wasn't it. She swung early at that inside pitch. A heater to the outside. Uma smacks it, but it flies back. Foul. Breaking a snack bar window in the process. Another pitch to the outside. Uma reaches and smacks it backwards once again. They brought in a spare pane of glass that just broke once again. Uma finally puts one in play. It's a weak ball sent to first basewoman. Actually, no, the pitcher, really. Well, no, that was the first basewoman. The out is made at second, off the fielder's choice. Here comes Fred Benson. No, apparently that was her fourth time up. She's only had one walk. That's my mistake keeping track. As Fred Benson watches a curveball low and inside. Adored by kids all around the neighborhood, Fred Benson sends a fly ball straight to center field. It bounces right off the wall before the center fielder can make a play on it. Anna Goudreau, I believe that is, out there. The positions are shuffled so much, it's more and more difficult to tell based on my notes. Here comes Whitney Singh, looking to move the batters around with some grounder work. Great callbacks on the steals as Whitney watches a pitch pass high. A slow ball right down the middle. Whitney grounds one over to the right side. It is Melissa who scoops one up and makes the throw to first just in time. The Reds have not scored this inning. Lorelai Akay looking to change that. She remains on the grounder swing. An early swing, bouncing it over to the left side. Horace Young doesn't do anything with it, just flings it over to third harmlessly, and that will bring up the infamous Petra Chekhov, already with 2 home runs on the day. 28? That should be 18 runs, not 28. What the heck is wrong with the scoreboard? Petra Chekhov.
We may
Watches
have
the ball
an editing
pass.
error.
Another ball passing low. A slow ball to the inside. Hammered! Floating over to the left side. Will it clear the fence? It will! Another grand slam. Actually, I believe that's her first grand slam. Another grand slam for the Reds. The first grand slam of the game for Petra Chekhov. Her third home run overall. The scoreboard appears to be correct this time. It is now 23-17 Reds. As the Reds swarm Petra with hugs, they've taken a substantial lead again. 297 the official measurement. Here comes Lindsay Felgate looking to add to it. And we are out of the bottom of the fourth. I am assuming that Lindsay Felgate got out somehow. Again, an inning ended prematurely before we could see how the final out took place. We are at the top of the fifth. There is Horace Young with a fantastic catch from the fielder. Not sure if that was Gwen or Whitney, the way they've been shuffling around so much. Probably Gwen, since she came from the shortstop position. Regardless, an outstanding catch from Gwen for the first out. Ken Griffey watches 3 balls pass. A classic 3-0 take. Heater right down the middle. Knocked away foul. And now with the full count, another foul ball. Hard hit liner over to right center field. Will be enough for a single. Ken Griffey rounds first, but then returns. Alicia Blakely looking to hammer this one as well. A heater low and inside. A curveball hits the zone. 1-1. The out and in curve below the zone. A heater to the outside. Alicia finds her opportunity but knocks it foul. The in and out curve. Great take from Alicia. That pitch was inside. And now with the full count. The decisive pitch. Floats straight to center field into no man's land. Bounces right past the defense. There are 3 fielders on it right by the screen. Ken is rounding second, making his way to third. and third basewoman Karen Donato flubs a throw as Ken is making his way all the way home to score. It is now 23-18 Reds. Marcellus Marks with 2 homers on the day, looking to make it a third. It's a slow ball passing just below the zone. Marcellus Marks, the party animal of the Knights, watches a great pitch scrape the outside of the zone, switches over to the line drive. It's high, it's going, it's gone! A third home run for Marcellus Marks. And he is screaming, the Knights are screaming, the crowd is screaming. My goodness, what a game! It is 23-20. Fastball to the inside, slow ball to the outside, both out of the zone. Third pitch is below the zone. Fourth pitch in there. The classic 3-0 take. Heater right down the middle. Matthew pounces. It's a one bouncer to center field. He is aboard with a single. Here comes Anna Goudreau. The high curved down into the zone. Yikes! That was kind of slider-ish. Second pitch is the heater to the inside, and another high pitch. Seems to like to call him high, so she's not taking chances. 3 fielders trying to get on that ball, and none of them are successful. Matthew making his way to third, and that is a double. Here comes Tracy Hoban following Anna's double. Tracy Hoban, a very gentle soul, used to be incredibly good at dodgeball until she made a kid cry with an incredibly strong throwing arm of hers, and now she no longer plays. She sends a fly ball over to right field. Matthew LaCruz, trying to get home, ends up in a pickle, trying desperately to get back to third safely, and he will, just barely. Here comes Melissa Waters. First pitch is high in the zone for a strike. Another high curveball in the zone. It's floating high, deep, but not quite to the fence. It is caught. The AI Reds are aboard with a single and a ground rule double from Lindsay Felgate. The Knights may be in trouble. But Whitney advances home and is tagged out at home. Next is a flyout. A throw to third, a double steal is successful, but then in a second and third jam, the human-controlled Reds just barely avoid getting scored on by the Reds in this inning. Here are the AI Reds with 2 quick outs. The Knights make a quick pitching. No, this is the AI Knights. Coach Personizzle puts Chekhov on the mound. Likely as a stamina conserving measure. Whitney's on the mound now. And the caught stealing will take us to the bottom of the 5th. This is the final opportunity for the Green Reds to score some insurance runs. It is 23-20 in the bottom of the 5th. Each squad has one more opportunity to bat with a human at the helm. Swing and a miss from Gwen Sears. It is a tight one, folks. The out and in curve. Pulled to the left side. Bounces right over third base. Gwen will reach easily. And the errant throw to first base doesn't go anywhere from Marcellus Marks. And that will buy Gwen plenty of time to reach second. An excellent start. Here comes Donald Vogel with first base open. Donald Vogel should be able to ground it over to the left side. Aaron Donato on deck. Donald Vogel watches the curveball inside right by his hip. High curveball, knocked away foul. Peter to the outside. All 2. A heater right down the middle. Donald swings, but it bounces just right in front of second base. The middle infielders are struggling to pick it up. Donald will reach with no trouble. With 2 on and no out, here comes Karen Donato. Looking to hit and run. Just barely hits the top of the zone, that first curveball. Karen waiting for just the right pitch. She's got a strong bat, but not an overwhelming one. She needs just the right pitch. It's a liner to the left side. 1 bounce to get to Horace Young out in left. Everyone advances 1 base. And here comes Uma Morris. She's been productive today. She's reached base all 4 times, 3 hits and a walk. She has yet to homer in this game, however. She watches a curve hit the outside corner for a strike. Another in and out curve. Blasts a foul ball backwards, straight into the next field. Parks Department field number 7, where they're playing a soccer game, is where that ball landed. And there it is! A fly ball straight to left. Will it clear? Yes, it will! Uma Morris with an utterly annihilated grand slam, soaring straight over 404. The official measurement makes it 28-20 Reds. That may just be the insurance they needed. Uma Morris absolutely ecstatic at finally getting that home run this game that she's been desperately trying to smash. The lead now being 8 runs, we return to the top of the order. Fred Benson in his 6th at-bat of the game. With the bases empty, he looks to want to grounder his way on. Especially with the weak third baseman. First pitch is a ball to the inside. The in and out curve bounces over to the left side, and Griffey misjudges it a little, but regardless, Fred will reach first very easily. Next is Whitney Singh, the prolific grounder of the team. As long as she places it nicely over to the left side, she should be able to advance Fred. The in and out curve doesn't really go out very much. Inside, ball 1. The out and in curve is swung at and missed by Whitney, and a spiked throw from Tracy Hoban will allow Fred to steal. Now Whitney Singh doesn't have to worry about advancing the runner. A big freeze, swing and a miss from Whitney. The in and out curve, bouncing over to the right side. Whitney's getting on her horse. Tracy could have moved, but she decides not to and lets Debbie handle it. But Debbie cannot do anything with the ball, as Whitney will reach very quickly and very easily. Here comes Lorelei Akay. A slow ball, low in the zone. Lorelei bounces it quickly over to the left side. Whitney and Fred both reach their respective bases before Ken Griffey can do anything, and here comes Petra Chekhov. Immediately equipping the power bat, she knows what she wants to do. The in and out curve, hit hard, but knocked away foul. Curve to the inside, another strike. Petra Chekhov not choking up on the bat, remaining with the power. A good take, passes high. The out and in curve, hit hard, floats over to right center field, but it looks like we have a fielder under it. The catch is not made, it bounces on the ground. Fred will score and Whitney will score a 2 RBI single for Petra. Here comes Lindsay Felgate. My recollection, Lindsay Felgate has only fallen once this game. They call her Felgate for a reason. Yet she seems to have remained relatively steady this game, and she definitely needed to be. Here comes Alicia Blakely, relieving Debbie Nagasawa. Alicia has already done some substantial pitching work, so we may see yet another swap very soon. A curveball passes low in the zone for a strike. It is 1-1 to Lindsay. Ken Griffey Jr. Since when do you see him take the mound? But apparently he does, coming in from the shortstop position. The out and in curve, hit hard by Lindsay, floating very high over to left center field. It appears Anna Goudreau is under it, and this time she makes the catch. Gwen Sears is up next. Gwen Sears with some pop on her bat, but very bad contact. She decides to opt for the power bat, going for broke. The weaker part of the lineup is next. And once again, we miss the very end of the inning. Heading over to the top of the sixth. This is where the Reds need to hold serve on defense. Pop up from Debbie Nagasawa. David is under it. But Uma Morris pushes over David Vogel for screwing up the catch once again. Horace Young hit hard over to the left side, and a great catch from what I believe is Whitney Singh out in left. Here comes Ken Griffey Jr. He has yet to homer this game. Probably feeling frustrated that he hasn't. Just as I say it, a fastball right down the middle, absolutely obliterated by Ken Griffey Jr. With 2 outs remaining, Ken Griffey Jr. comes up in the clutch and makes it 30-22. They have 8 runs to make up here, and they might get some help from the AI as well. Here comes Whitney Singh coming back for more. First pitch is a curveball to the inside. An in and out curve, high inside in the zone. Petrochekhov coming in. It appears to be another AI dance between pitchers. Just rotating in and out, in and out. Well, maybe not. Petrochekhov continuing a pitch. A curveball, nasty curve right on the inside, and the rotation with Whitney Singh continues. Whitney doing a happy little dance as she makes her way back to the mound once again. And Marcellus Marks lifts one right over the fence, and Whitney Singh stops dancing all of a sudden. Petrochekhov coming in, much more muted, doesn't show much emotion as she arrives at the mound. After the cruise bounces a grounder over to the right side, Fred Benson tries to beat him to first, but doesn't quite make it as Matthew will reach with a single. Down to the final out, Whitney Singh dances her way back to the plate. The enthusiasm from Whitney compared to the lack of it with Petra is absolutely palpable. The pitcher rotation dance continues. Petra on the mound once again. Anna Goudreau with another home run. Oh my goodness. Just barely got over the fence that time. Lorelei tried to reach for it, but to no avail. It is 30-25. They've got 1 out to make up 5 runs. The pitcher dance continues. Tracy Hoban watches the big freeze pass over to the left, and now finally a brand new pitcher with Fred Benson. It has been an adventure for the AI Reds. Can Fred Benson finally close it out? A foul ball and a curveball well away. Tracy Hoban watches a pitch gone low. It's a full count. And a swing and a miss on the big freeze, and that just might do it. Uma Morris for the AI Reds. Swings and misses twice after watching 2 balls. Watches a third ball. Alicia having trouble getting it in the zone. and keeps just barely missing the zone and walks Uma Morris. Not a great walk, considering that Petrochekhov was on deck, who inexplicably bunts. The throw to second, to first. Double play off of the slow base runners. The two slowest runners on the Reds. A great double play from the human-controlled Knights. Alicia Blakely makes the routine play. A plus 25 is the final score for the Dark Knights. At this point, in the top of the sixth, controlled by the Reds, they have to avoid giving up, I believe, 6 runs. If they do not give up 6 runs, they will win it. Alicia Blakely watches a slow ball pass low in the zone for a strike. The Dark Knight's final stand as the AI in the top of the sixth. We can only watch. Alicia Blakely sends a floater over to Fred Benson, who gets in front of first base, makes the catch. Next is Ken Griffey Jr. Slow ball to the inside. Ken watches it. Perfectly placed on that corner. My goodness. Another strike, this time on the upper inside corner. Incredibly well placed. Going back to the low inside corner. Absolutely annihilated, but in the opposite direction. Foul ball. Going for the low inside corner again. This time misses just low. Aaron Donato trying that for the third straight pitch, and this time gets the call. 2 outs. The AI Knights are down to their final out. And it is the 2 most intelligent children on the field, Karen Donato and Horace Young. They match wits in chess, in Lego, and robotics, and what have you, all sorts of intellectual activities. But who will come out on top in the baseball diamond? It's a grounder. Karen has to fall on it to make it work, but the routine first throw to first is made, and the home-standing Green Reds have won this absolute slugfest of a matchup, 30-25. The Reds are ecstatic to extend their division lead, to put themselves in position for a bye in the 0-1 playoffs. An absolutely heroic effort up and down the entire Reds lineup. My goodness, 4 home runs. I believe it was 4 home runs from Petrochekhov, including a grand slam. They are going to party at her rural forest household tonight. They're going to jump in the lake. They're going to have super soaker fights. Just having an absolutely wonderful time winning this critical matchup against the Dark Knights. It's going to be one fun afternoon in the woods tonight. My goodness. We have had the privilege of witnessing just an excellent slugfest from both sides. 30-25. My goodness. This is what a pair of offensive powerhouses can do at Parks number 2.
Alrighty. Thank you for that, Moo. And as Moo was stating there, that was an absolutely fantastic matchup for Match of the Week. Is there any final thoughts that you guys want to say, Moa?
Just be a good student. Do your reading, do your homework, ask your instructor questions, and go to office hours.
Alrighty. And with that the
I
way,
think there's hardly anything else to be said. That was just the video said it all.
Yep. And while you guys are out, while you guys are here, why don't you guys check out the BBOL Season 6 signups? Pretty sure they're closing sometime soon, in case anyone may be interested to join them up. And also, why not subscribe to the Backyard Sports Center Patreon while you're at it to get exclusive stuff. Sorry, I just felt like I had to plug that stuff in there. But with that out of the way, this is your host CRK and my commentator Mello. We're heading out. Hope you guys have a good day and or night, and whoop. Hope to see you guys next time, and goodbye.